Welcome back to What Arty Noobs. This is the Leopard Prototyp A. It's a tier 9 German medium tank. It's located on the northeast spawn of Arctic region, and this one is under the command of pitro123. And we'll find out in a second if we've got engine noises. I expect we probably haven't. No, we haven't. Okay, so I'll restart this straight away. And now we've got engine noises. Game underway. Okay, the Leopard Prototyp. It was the first version of a European tank from the Germans, but it was designed and developed in 1960-61, supposedly as a medium tank for the Bundeswehr, and eventually they ended up with the Leopard tank, the Leopard 1. It's supposed to be a very lightly armoured medium tank, but with a very accurate, super accurate gun, a sniper gun that would get the enemy tank with the first shot, and therefore the Leopard wouldn't need the armour simply because the enemy wouldn't see them before it's too late. They were taken out of the game. Of course, the fact is that despite the fact that it's a very fast tank and it's able to get into very good sniping positions to take on the enemy, the armour is a bit of a problem because of course it's so thin that it's easily to pen by the enemy, and so if they do get a shot on target, and normally the enemy comes more than one tank at the same time. Well, he used the push mechanic there, Petro, to get a shot into the 430. Yes, if there's more than one tank, you're going to get holed by the second tank, even if you kill the first one. Of course, the logic of the Germans was that if you had heat rounds, then it didn't matter what sort of armour you had, that heat round was going to go through the enemy tank anyway, and so there's no need for armour. Just make the tank incredibly fast, and that way it can dash around the battlefield and get into good firing positions and kill the enemy. But of course, that's not what the British designed. They actually decided instead to actually design armour that would actually defeat the enemy heat rounds. And eventually, of course, they came up with tanks like the Chieftain and also the Challenger, which were not only able to defeat the heat rounds, but deliver their own rounds on the enemy super quickly. And, well, it sort of like meant that you didn't have to worry about your tank not having enough armour, because obviously it had special armour to defeat the enemy rounds, as well as have a super accurate gun. You can see in this battle that Petro's noticed on his minimap that the enemy is actually doing quite well, because they're actually approaching our cap area. Even whilst we have the top end of the map, the enemy managed to go around the south, and in fact actually they're now squeezing us into the top part of the map. And Petro's decided to go high because up here he can act as a sniper with this fantastic gun. It's a 105mm gun, which you can see here with firing standard APCR. It can do 420 alpha. Okay, he's trying to get the enemy tank that's right down there. There's an Emil and a GSOR on the Tiger P. I think there's another one on that corner as well. They can't see him. He's well outside their view range. And in fact, you can see the view range circles on the map. So, yeah, they're outside his view range, but he's able to put the shells into them. There's the GSOR again. Pops up. Easily goes through the armour of the GSOR, even though it's got very good armour. Well, good armour. It's got that liquid armour. But I suppose it's not so good against premium or standard APCR. Or premium APCR for that matter. No, it isn't. The original design for the GSOR did have that liquid armour. Not sure if they put that into the game, but anyway, the GSOR just got wiped out by our Pershing. This gun is so good. It really does have good gun handling, And you notice how, yes, he's easily able to put the shell just about exactly where he wants it. That one dipped. That's the one that, exception that proves the rule. Probably get around into that Conqueror though. Well, he hits it, but he didn't actually pen it. I think it's because of the way it came in. It hit the heavy part of the Conqueror. That one hits him. It's got a very high shell velocity as well, this gun. 1,480 meters per second. I mean, that's really quick, which it means that you point shoot. You don't have to lead the target much at all. Easy into the Emil too. Now that guy's got a 3-shot autoloader. He'll be within range soon. And Pitro is right at the front of the bushes. Now he's pulled back to use the bush mechanic. And he's now relying on spots from his teammates. Easily able to penetrate the Tiger Piece armor. The Conqueror's coming around one way, but he's gone. So he's going to focus on the Tiger Piece. That easily takes him out as well. But the Emil did reach the corner. And from that corner, he can see us. If we don't use the bush mechanic, we might get spotted any second. He knows he's being fired on from this direction. You see the gun's pointed this way. But he didn't see us. And so he's able to get another round in. But it's a low roll. Yes, he fired back. He can't see us, but he's firing back in this direction. Trying to find us. So Pitro's done the smart thing, which is actually to move slightly to one side. So he's going to be firing at the wrong spot. Phase 1 moves in to try and force him away. With 3 down on the enemy at the moment, they've started to conquer the west side of the map. Pitro's decided he needs to get some eyes on those that side. I think he needs to move up quite a bit to get down to the corner, but there's a Super Hellcat and the Scorpion there already. No, he's decided to stay where he is, because obviously from here he's got the height. No Arty in this game, so that's why he's not worried about incoming shells. Although we'd dearly love to have those Katyusha rockets. Or I should say Katyusha rockets. It's Katyusha. Easily punches through. Oh, we got a fire in the IKV. Nice. Now, can he get another shot? Can't see him at the moment, but here comes the Progetto on the enemy team. He'll easily pen him, and he could potentially take him out with one shot. And it doesn't matter about knocking the trees down because the enemy can't see. There's no Arty, so they can't see exactly which tree's knocked down. They just see a tree fall. Yes! Well done! Now, got the comets. And of course we've got that IKV still there. But he's hidden from view. I wouldn't be surprised if he's changed position though. Object 430. Just a few hit points left. An HE round will probably see to him. I should mention, by the way, this is a double replay. There goes the IKV. We've got a second replay for you to watch after this, also from Pitro. He's been busy recently. .29. No, that was wrong angle. It hit the side of the turret, but bounced off, I think. That's better. Yes! No problem there, but a low roll. 431. Was that? No, it's high roll. Sorry, 420 is the alpha. So 431 is a high roll. Turret's looking towards us at the moment when you can see those wings. You're not going to get in through the front. You might get in through the rear if he's looking away from you, but... Oh, 430! Kill shot! Nice. The Comet went all the way round using the wreck of the Progetto, but he can't see us. I think he's firing at our teammates just to our left at the moment in the Tiger 1. Here comes the T-29 trying to come around the corner. He's trying to get at the Tiger, I think, but yes, he's looking at the Tiger and he looks sideways, and at that point we see the side of his turret and Pitro puts him out of the game. The Comet, well, he's trying to fire at the Tiger 1. Now we've got an enemy Leopard Prototyp coming round from the west. There's only 3 enemies left. The Borsig, the Comet and that Leopard Prototyp. Now Pitro, as you know, is an exceptionally good player. So he's able to handle this tank well. Oh, takes out the Comet as well. So that's 6. That's his top gun, I think. He's potentially got 20% of the enemy hit pool, so he might have a high caliber. No sign of that Leopard though. By the way, we did lose the Tiger 1. I didn't see it when it happened, but yes, he is out of the game. So now we're all alone against 2 enemies. One of those, of course, is the Borsig. He has been seen, so he is in the game. He's down to the south somewhere at the moment, as far as we know. The Leopard Prototyp up at the north. But the Leopard's got 4 kills. The Borsig hasn't got any kills at all. And that might be because he's inexperienced. But the Leopard Prototyp is certainly not inexperienced, and that's why we can't see him, because he's being very, very cautious. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he's waiting for us to approach his cap. Either that or he's in a good sniper position somewhere, waiting for Pitro to pop up on the radar. Pitro's thinking about moving. He hasn't got much time left. Okay, so here we go. He's going to see if he can find the Borsig first, I should think, by going south. If the cap starts, the cap siren goes off, then we probably know that's the Prototyp who's sees the cap. Oh, it's the Borsig. We found him. And we take one big hit, but one shot takes out the Borsig. And the reason why we didn't see him was because he was very low on hit points. But he did get one big hit into Pitro, but it's, well, it's the biggest hit that Pitro's had, 614 hit points. In fact, I think it's the only hit he's had so far. But he's still in the game. Now, will the 6th sense go off as he makes his way towards the enemy cap? I wouldn't go into the cap though. I know he might be tempted to, but if that enemy Prototyp is waiting for him, the moment he goes into the cap, that's when he'll turn up. And yeah, he's found him, and he is still alive, but he's a one-shot, and this for the game. Yes! Radleys. Here's the end of battle stats, and we're changing the format just slightly. He managed to get an ace tanker in this game, and of course he won it. He also got a Fire for Effect, a Bruiser medal. He got a Radley Walters medal for getting 8 kills, a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. If we look team score, well, we can see he's top on damage, he's top on kills, and he's top on base XP. He's got all 3 at the top. When it came to detail, well, we can see that he managed to earn 50,127 credits profit on a premium count and 7,424 XP. So a very good game for pitro123 in the Leopard Prototyp. Let's have a look at the second game, and this time it's in the Tiger 2. And here's the second replay, and this time round in the Tiger 2 on the south spawn of Mountain Pass. Well, this is the Panzerkampfwagen 6 Aslains B. The A version is, of course, the Tiger 1. This became known as the Tiger 2, and well, some people called it the König Tiger. Anyway, it's a design that was actually produced in 1943, or it was designed in 1943, produced during 1944 and 45. And although Hitler ordered 1,500 of them to be used by the Wehrmacht, they couldn't produce that many because most of them, or more of them, were destroyed by the US Air Force and the RAF than were actually able to get into the German army. Yeah, they actually, the slave labour that was being used to manufacture these tanks actually told the British and the Americans where the factories were, and they destroyed 657 of them on the ground in the factory before they even saw any battle whatsoever. They did produce 489 that actually did go into the German armed forces, and they were particularly effective. They were first seen in action in 1944 on the fields of Normandy. They were part of the reserve that eventually were ordered in to try and wipe out the British. Unfortunately, it didn't work out so well for the Germans, and of course we got to have a good look at these tanks, and there's actually a film of one of these tanks being a destroyed tank being looked over by Eisenhower and some of his generals. I believe that General Eisenhower and Bradley were both taking pictures of it using their spy type cameras. Well, not spy cameras, but you know, they were compact cameras that they had at the time. Well, you can see that this version is actually, if I can bring that down, is armed with the 88mm gun, which I think is the KWK-43L71. It's capable of 360 alpha and will penetrate 225mm of armour. Now, it is a tier 8 German heavy tank, and this is a tier 8 game, so your top tier gets a shot into the defender through the lower plate, or in fact through the pike nose, and another one. In fact, she's using premium ammo at the moment. I wouldn't aim for the turret. It's trying to go for the cupola. The cupola on the defender is very difficult to hit. Much better going off the... Oh, now the enemy came up behind us and just took out the Jackson. He's now trying to take care of that Barask. At least the Barask has stopped firing at us. Did get one round into us for 330. But at least we got one back into him. The enemy is at our cap area now. He gets a nice round into the Barask again. One shot. Come on. Yes, taking him out, but we took a round from a T-3485M. Low roll. ISU 152K. Oh no, it's not a 152K, but he did get a hit on him. 250. Bounced around from a 131. T-34 takes a hit for 239. He's doing very well here. He's almost single-handedly holding off the guys coming up from the bowl. And he's holding back 4 enemy vehicles. Puts another one into the IS... that's not an ISU, it's an SU-152. Get that right. No, that one, I'm afraid the gun just wouldn't pull down onto the top of the T-34 and it ricocheted off the roof. But he's having to push now to get the guns in, and he takes out the 131. Oh, the T-34's managing to get rounds home. He's firing APCR. And there's a T-34 85 now, just the standard one, not the M version, not the premium. So there's 2 of them there, and that SU-152 easily gets that one into the standard T-34. Now, just got to deal with that SU-152 first. Ah, damn, he hit us on the gun. Okay, now, yes! Good. Now, he can deal with this T-34-85. They've dealt with the guys at the cap. He kills that guy. Now he needs to turn around and deal with the defender. And he's still got his damage gun, but at close range it really doesn't matter that much. And now he's got some support coming in to help him. He managed to get 5 kills defending the bowl against the enemy. One into the side of the defender. That's his top gun. And now he needs to get rid of this super Pershing. Nope. Couldn't get it through the armor because it's too thick at that point. You either need to aim for the roof, or if you can, but it's difficult to get the lower plate, try to go for the ears. It's easier on the ears on that super Pershing. Yeah, you can see the ears there, just underneath the ears. That's where you aim. Of course, as you know, there was only one of those. Only one vehicle was modified to have that particular armor. You can't see him now. Only 2 enemies left, but it's 2 against 1. Here comes the super Pershing. Oh, his 90mm strikes home. Still aiming for the top of the tank instead of for the ears. Bounces another round. Well, he's using the Barras for a good purpose. He's added a bit of armour to the front of his vehicle. Of course, the weak spot on the Tiger II is the top of the roof. And you can see that's where the super Pershing was aiming. Or to, if you can, to go for the cupola or the lower plates. Tiger's gone. Super Pershing left. He's using that. Is he using wreck for cover? Still hitting the additional armour. Only one left. They're leaving it for him because they want him to get a Radley Walters. If he can get this, it's a Radley's. Yes, he aims for the weak spot and he gets it. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for pitro123 in the Tiger II. He got a Fire Effect, Hand of God, Duelist, a Shell Proof, and of course he got a Radley Walters for killing 8 enemy vehicles, so he basically carried the stupids in that one because he killed more than everyone else on his team combined. He got a Steel Wall for blocking the most damage, a High Caliber for dealing the most damage, and a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. And it was an epic defense of the bowl area of the mountain pass, which is very difficult because you've got people who can attack you from basically 4 different directions. People who can come up from the cap and attack you from there. They can come from the bridge road, they can come from the bowl itself, or they come from the western pass. So you're kind of trapped in the center there. But he was able to deal with the Barras, and I think that's the good thing, because once he was notified or saw that the Barras was attacking from that direction, he focused all his energy on that, and well, his teammates kept the guys from the west back until he was ready to deal with them, and the guys back at the cap, well, they dealt with the enemy that was attacking there. Let's have a look at team score and see where he is. Well, we can see when it comes to damage, he did get the highest amount, 3994. He also got the highest number of kills. He got 8. The best the enemy could do was their defender, who managed to get 5. And when it came to base XP, yes, he's got the top on that one as well, 1,496. The next highest being the Panhard, who managed 1,168, but he didn't survive the game. And when we look at the detail, we can see that he actually managed to get just under 4k damage, blocked for 3k damage, and got 736 assistance. He didn't make a profit on the game. Unfortunately, he did fire a lot of premium ammo. 31,384 credits lost. He earned 4,488 XP, so it was a profit on that. and he said it was the stock gun actually on the Tiger 2. And that's why he wasn't generating as much XP as I was expecting him to. He was supposed to have an alpha of 360, but his alpha was considerably lower during that game because it was the stock gun. It wasn't the KWK-43L71, it was the lower gun, but very well done anyway that he managed to pull off another Radleys. So that's 2 Radleys in 2 replays. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And please do let other people know about our channel because viewers have been going down, and I didn't put out a video which I was intending to concerning this to actually remind the viewers, but the fact is that we are losing people who are not watching our videos anymore, and the number of views is going down dramatically. It went down by 20% on views, 25% on view time, and I think some of that might be to do with members of What Arty Noobs who've effectively stopped watching the videos and only watch the replays when they get placed on the Facebook page. So please, if you intend to watch these replays when they are put on the Facebook page, please do watch the video when it actually comes out, because if you do that, if you just watch the replay off the Facebook page, you're effectively going to shut the channel down. There won't be a channel and you won't have anything. That's why there's been no replays for this past week, simply because there's no point in producing them if people are not watching them. So yeah, don't miss those videos, because if you do miss those videos, you will lose the channel, and that will be it. So thanks very much for watching.